Hey guys, happy Sunday. Oh my gosh, there's trouble in paradise. Drama in Costa Rica. Do you know Outlier Legal? Do you know who Rafael Valverde is? Well, I'm going to get into in a minute, but here's all you need to know. If you need your residency in Costa Rica, they got a huge presence on the internet. Well, they're having some troubles. And we're going to unpack that and dig into it in a minute. Stay tuned. This is not only a big cup of coffee. This probably needs a martini or a Bloody Mary or at least a couple beers. Now, I'm not drinking right at the present, but hey, man, it doesn't mean you can't enjoy your alcohol and listen along. Hey, guys, I'm Michael Allen from Travel Costa Rica NOW.com. Travel Costa Rica NOW.com is a travel agency. We're not talking about interesting drama stuff in Costa Rica. Go to travelcostarica.com, fill out the 4-minute form. You'll be that much closer to vacation of a lifetime. We're like you, having best friends who live in Costa Rica, who know Costa Rica, totally hooking up your Costa Rica vacation. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps. If you want to help us with the YouTube algorithm, it doesn't seem to like us, and you want to see our videos as we put them up, hit the notification bell. Who else brings you all this, man? Traveling here, tips, and living here stuff, and interviews and medical stuff. And who does that? Who does that? Nobody. Me. Anyway, all right. Wow. Where to start on this? So, first off, this is my opinion. This is an editorial. And it's today's date editorial. Things may change in the future. All right. This is my perspective. And I deserve to give my perspective. I know some things. I know some people, all right? But if somebody said, I don't know, a few days ago, somebody commented on a video, don't listen to advice from somebody that has a neck tattoo. So I got a neck tattoo, and I don't know, judge accordingly. That's all I can tell you. All right, before I also get started on the story and what's going on, I want to let you know right off the start, I am Team Outlier Legal. No, well, okay. More so, I'm Team Rafael. I'm Team Rafael Valverde. Almost ride or die. But that doesn't mean I don't have questions. That doesn't mean I'm not skeptical. I'm not one of those people that just, I'll join your team. I don't know anything. No, I got questions. But again, I just want to make it clear. I might have a little bit of bias, but not much. I don't think so. I think I'm going to be skeptical enough. I think this might do a little twists and turns along this little story. But anyway, I do want to hear your comments, though. I want to hear from all you guys, people that have worked with Outlier Legal, maybe just what you think about this whole video and all. The comments are always very helpful, right? Now, who is Outlier Legal? Who is Rafael Valverde? Well, like I said, they got one of the biggest presences on the internet, this social media. He helps you get your residency. Okay, so yours truly, Travel Costa Rica Now, used to refer our clients to him, okay, a long time ago. Now we don't anymore. We have a new people we recommend. Maybe we can say something about that later, but we don't anymore, but not really for these reasons so much as we're going to get into. I met him about 8 or 9 years ago. Now we don't go to the sauna together every Tuesday, all right? It's not like that. We just have a history. And I have a pretty good judge of character. It's kind of was my field back in the day before I moved to Costa Rica, and I think I can give some perspective, okay? So here's what's going on. Boy, the Facebook vultures are circling. I got to tell you, just a side note, most Costa Rican Facebook groups, I can't stand them. They're curmudgeon-y. They're little vultures circling prey. They want to pick apart, hit you when you're down. They always complain and whine. Like, why do you even live here? I got really no time for them. But they're circling. Some of them are circling, man. And the rumors are flying. Now, what I'm about to say is supposedly public knowledge. I don't think it's rumors. It sounds legit to me. So this is what's going on with Outlier Legal. All right. First of all, Outlier Legal owes the Ministry of Finance, think IRS, Ministry of Finance, $20,000. That's boring. Okay. Owes the IRS 20,000. Also owes 70,000 to the CAHA. CAHA is the health insurance here. That's employees. You have to pay your employees health insurance. So that's what that is. And I guess what somebody was saying is a company that owes CAHA cannot operate legally. All right, I've lived here long enough. Okay, maybe, maybe that's true. I don't see. Maybe they're working something out. I don't. The CAHA is not going to cut you off when you owe them money. Or they might be able to work something out. So whatever. Again, Costa Rica loves to make rules that they can't enforce. Okay, we'll go. Can't operate legally. Rafael himself is suspended as notary by the notary office for, it said 115 years. I don't know if that's a typo. 115 years seems like a long time. Due to proven illegality. What is proven illegality? Now, I got to be honest with you. I'm thinking, you're notarizing something. Well, to me, this is speculation. Speculation. It sounds like forgery to me. Not saying it is. It just sounds like forgery to me. But that's not it. It's illegality. So he's suspended. Rafael has not paid his dues as a lawyer to the Bar Association. Ooh. What? Is he late 2 weeks? Is he late 3 years? Okay, whatever. Okay, again. He fired all his employees. It's just, this story goes on. I'm thinking he let him go. He let him go because he couldn't pay him. I don't know. Firing sounds a little dramatic. Could be wrong on that as well. So he put out a statement, and I'm going to link to what he said. I think he came out 2 days ago. I'll put a link to that. I've done a lot of his quotes, but you can definitely check it out for yourself. It's just maybe a 5-minute read or whatever. But so here's what he said. All right, here's what he said. He said, regarding the rumors, there are so many of them, some of them true, most of them not. I am not going to invest any time with what isn't factual. You can make your own call on that. Okay. I don't know. It sounds like there's more to the story. I think there should have been a little bit more denial on the more egregious accusations. Can you practice law, or can you do notary legally, or what? How's that? Some of those things are kind of important, and it probably would have, maybe in his best interest, or maybe he didn't say it because it's not his best interest to tell you. I don't know, but I think he could have expanded personally on that a little bit. So he didn't answer to any of those actually accusations about owing the CAHA, owing the ministry or the IRS money. He didn't do that. But what he did say, he said he blamed. This is a money thing. It's obviously a money thing. It's obviously he's in the red. He's in the red, and he probably didn't catch it quick enough. But what he said, the reason for this, inflation. Inflation happened in the first months of 2022. That was a problem. Also, an increase in CAHA fees in March. I'm not going to deep dive on that, but I'm assuming he had to pay his employees even more for their health insurance. Also, the new digital nomad visa process. Now, what I think he means on that is, I think he was expecting a lot more demand on that, making a lot more money by signing people up to that. It didn't happen. Now, if he would have consulted me, I would have told him that the whole digital nomad residency thing is bullshit anyway, and it did flop. So that's what he said. He also said his clients aren't paying. His clients he has now. And he also said he's got a whole lot of cancellations, which we're going to talk to in a minute. Okay, so little general. So he goes on to say, this is a quote, Outlier Legal has not filed for bankruptcy, and we have not closed the business. Will we close the business and file for bankruptcy? Well, now it depends. It depends on the next days, weeks, and perhaps months of what develops and the level of support we receive from the community. What's that mean? You're going to start a GoFundMe? What is that? I mean, that does not sound encouraging to me. You're waiting. The community? Is an investor going to fly in? I don't know. So I thought that was not encouraging, to say the least. Now, this next thing he said, I give major props to, because you just don't hear people taking responsibility anymore. Watch the news someday or sometime and see who actually takes responsibility for their screwed up decisions they make. He said, at the end of the day, I am the manager of the business, and it is my responsibility to make sure things are done correctly, and I did not. Pure and simple. The buck stops with him, and he's got to take the responsibility. And props for him for saying that. I think that is way cool. So, he goes on to say, and this speaks to the cancellations. He says, in recent days, we have received requests. In recent days, remember that. In recent days, we have received requests for cancellations of services and refunds for more than 150 cases, which adds up to more than $400,000. This makes the whole situation even more complicated. That's not complicated, that's dire. I don't know what that means. You have obviously no money coming in and more money coming out that you don't have or whatever. So that doesn't sound good, and that sounds dire. He also tells us that there's only 5 people still working at Outlier for him. Now, I've been to his offices in Escazú. It's a very nice office, and trust me, it houses more than 5 people. But he's only got 5, okay? Now, there's a couple things about that. He doesn't just do residency. He's got a side hustle with real estate. He's got a side hustle helping people with their small business. He also does legal documents. So I'm sure there's people in all those areas and people with those people. And he says he has 5, and he only has 5 people. But the other thing he didn't say, which is a little confusing to me, and I don't know if you know this or not, he just doesn't have the office in Escazú, the San Jose area. He also has one in Liberia. He also has one in Florida, and he also has one in Panama. He didn't mention that. It's still on his website that he has them, so I'm assuming he still has them. So he didn't really say anything about that. And maybe what he doesn't say is maybe more important what he's saying. I don't know. But that's not good. He goes on to state in his thing, sorry, losing words. He says, the immigration's pending right now for Outlier. They're pending cases in their various, basically, stages of completion. They will complete. Okay. 5 people? All right. You say so. Yeah, and it also sounds like the real estate side of business and also the business cases, sounds like he's going to farm those out to outside of his services, his agency, to other lawyers. Yeah, I get that. Now, let's go back why I'm even doing this video. So we're going to go more to the personal part of Raphael, all right? So if you don't know anything about Raphael, all right, first, he's a contributor to the Tico Times. You know what the Tico Times is? It's that English-speaking, it used to be a newspaper, now it's on the internet. They provide daily local news of the goings-on of Central America. You know, all the stuff, they do that. I've had gripes with them in the past, but so what? Doesn't matter. But anyway, he's a contributor to the Tico Times. But bigger than that, man, it's time for a martini drink. Bigger than that, he has been proven, this doesn't say this, a proven advocate for the expat, for me and you. Me and you. He's gone after the government for doing, making dumbass laws. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm wrong on this. I'm not going to go too deep in this, but if you remember last year, the government, for people that went under pensionato or trying to get their residency, they were going to add an extra tax. They did add an extra tax. Raphael, and I think the people working with him, got that tax taken away. He did that. He's helped people with, used to be driver's licenses where it could be an issue. I mean, he's just got a proven record of helping. Nobody else is doing it, trust me. There's people who help you with your residency, but not people that go the extra mile. And puts their 2 cents. He's an excellent writer, by the way, too. He writes, I think, very good and all that. So he's a huge advocate to the expat community here. Whether you hate him, you might even like him, or maybe you know of him. Maybe he, let's say, screwed you over. I don't know. But you can't say that he has not been an advocate for the gringo here. All right. I met him around 8 or 9 years ago. I think when we met each other, we were both kind of new to what we were doing. We've been doing videos for a while. He reached out to us, I believe. I can't remember the whole story. Doesn't matter. But I thought we could be beneficial to each other. He came out. We had lunch. I met his wife. I liked him. And what my first, I'm thinking, man, he's an entrepreneur. This guy's an entrepreneur. He's got this chill confidence. He's intelligent. I knew he was going to be big. But he did kind of remind me of this is for my age group, Columbo. He got a little bit of maybe messy hair, got other things on his mind than maybe brushing his hair that morning, that kind of guy. He's always got that, well, that beard's probably shaves, it comes up in 5 minutes, but he's just got a not totally unkept, just a little bit, sorry, Raphael. But I knew he was going to be big. Matter of fact, we did do a video, and it was a shit video, one of the worst videos I ever made, not because of him, it's because we were kind of new. It's dark, it's terrible, the information content, it was terrible. I'm not going to give you the link to that video, because if you did see it, you'd go, yeah, that does suck. And we did kind of plan to do, we exchanged pleasantries. He got my residency the first time. And we exchanged pleasantries through a few years, but we both got busy. He got busy, I got busy. He's growing, we're growing. Now let's fast forward. To late 2020, early 2021. I got the videos to back up what I'm about to say. All right. I had to renew my residency. I couldn't talk to the people that work for him. Only he knew my particulars and the nuances to my case, and he was not getting back to me. I was worried. He was causing me a great deal of anxiety. He would randomly write me, "Oh, I've been in Panama." He wrote that. "I've been in Panama, sorry." Well, I didn't answer shit. So what, you been in Panama? Answer my questions. So he'd leave me emails like that, because I can just, I'm like us, and you just get email after email. So he's just, okay, that's done. I'm in Panama, Michael. So anyway, he caused me a great deal of anxiety and stress and ultimately anger. I was worried. And I don't know if you guys saw those videos. I didn't know if I was going to get my residency. He caused me to be 4 months late. Now I'm getting more worried. I was pissed. I'd already by the way, I just want to make sure we're clear. I'd already had signs that I couldn't refer people to him anymore. But this obviously substantiated that, because I did start getting a little pissy. Now, I don't believe I outed him in those videos. I don't think I outed him in the video, because I would have later if it didn't go well. You know what I mean? I still wanted to get my residency. I'm not going to say, "Oh, Outlier sucks major ass." I wasn't going to say anything. I want to get my residency. But all of a sudden, 4 months go by. I get a random email. "Michael, can you be in San Jose this Friday?" He does it personally. Trust me, he does not do residency for people personally. He's got people for that. But he did it with me, picked me up, took me to the post office, did all the stuff we had to do. But I spent quite a bit of time, went back to his office. We chatted a lot, man. And he told me, because I was semi-complaining, and I could see it. He got too big, man. Mismanagement. He got too big, grew too fast, and he was having a hard time. It was overwhelming, and he admitted to all that. And it totally makes sense. Anybody that's run a business, come on, guys, you might be upset with him or whatever, but if you run businesses, you can see how that could go. And so I could relate, because I told him, I go, "Dude, I would not want to be you. I don't want to be you. I don't want to manage a bunch of people. I came out to Costa Rica to not do what you're doing. But my thing is, I'm kind of big too, and I'm getting bigger, but I don't want to." Do you guys know what the time and money paradox is? Time and money paradox. The time and money paradox. Time is more valuable than money. Amen. That's why I came to Costa Rica, but I'm not rich. But you need money to buy time. You need money to buy time. Therefore, spend time to make money, then spend money to make time. I did not want to be him. That's why I got 3 women, great women that work for me. I'm good. I don't need 1 million views on a video, man. I don't. But I can see how it can get out of hand. My emails are already out of hand. So I get it. And that's just I don't have anywhere the reach that he kind of does in his field. So I totally understand. I totally understand his mismanagement, because he mismanaged, right? He grew too fast, got too many expenses, he waited too long. I don't know, bankruptcy keeps popping in my head. Anyway, now you add that with disgruntled employees, disgruntled customers, competition piling on, acting like they're not competitors, but chiming in on Facebook and social media. You got every unhappy past customer with the tiniest grievance piling on. Everybody's against you. I don't know why we like to pile on like that, but it seems like we do. And so he's got to battle the rumors, what's true, what's not, hearsay, again, what's false and not. And I think that's why he was probably pretty general in what he said. I think a little too general, but whatever. Now, I can also relate to this. Yours truly, in the 14 years we've been making videos and been running our travel agency, 3 people have tried to totally ruin our company. And it's hard, man. It's hard to combat on social media, dude. It's hard. People can make accusations. They can just say them. It puts it in your brain. You know how they do it? Watch the news in Canada. Watch the news in the United States. And maybe we're in Europe or whatever. You know how they do it. They implant. They just say shit. Well, I wonder if that's true. That could be true. I could see him peeing on that prostitute. Sorry. So I get all that, and I feel bad for that, because he's going to be going through the crap. Now, here's my hope. I hope it's mismanagement. I really do. I hope it's mismanagement. And I hope with a little bit of money or community help, maybe the community, whatever he's talking about, will help him. Maybe people will, pay their invoices to him. I don't know, whatever. Maybe time and a little bit of compromise with, let's say, the notary people or the CAHA people and the lawyer associate people, whatever. Maybe he can work stuff out. Maybe he is working stuff out. We don't know. So I hope it's that. I hope he's been transparent, man. I hope he's been transparent, honest. I don't want other things to pop up, man. I don't want this story to get bigger. I don't want to hear words like embezzlement or money laundering or super, super bad decisions. That's speculation. I didn't say that's going to happen. I don't want to hear that. I just want to hear the money I just want to hear mismanagement. I don't want to hear these other things. So I'm team Raphael, and I'm pretty much ride or die unless other things come out. I hope he works this out. Trust me, guys. We need him. We need a guy like him on our side. We need him. I got my support. I want him to work this out. And I'm pretty sure it does sound like bankruptcy is in his future. I wish he could have done it a little sooner, maybe a little bit more under the radar, just do it with the bankruptcy people, make those adjustments. A lot of people file bankruptcy, make sure that he takes his expenses down, he has more of a plan, gets his house in order, and keeps continuing what he does. And he answers emails in a timely fashion. So that's where I'm at. I hope he fights. I would say, Raphael, if you're listening, or if somebody that knows him in his circle, his inner circle, sees this video, I would love to do an interview with Raphael. Maybe he could clear some of these questions up. Maybe he could say, what is the future? Maybe we could get a little bit more honest and transparent in what's going on in the future of Outlier Legal. All right. So my friend Johnny, Johnny, medical guru Johnny, he said, when small businesses fail here, we all fail, and it's kind of true, especially in this case. It's not good for the expat. Okay, so I don't know. I would say it sounds like it's going to be bankruptcy. It sounds like there's a lot of people. Hey, what's going on with my residency? You only have 5 people and stuff. Um, use them. Don't use them. He even says, even in his thing he wrote up, he even said, hey, if you want your papers, we'll send them back to you. Either you can work with us or don't work with us. That's fine. Anybody that is worried and you decide Outlier is not in your future, I can point you in another direction. I do have people that can help you with your residency and immigration. So you can hit me up with that. What can I say? I can see why people would go, hey man, I can't trust Outlier at this point, but all right, man, that's it. Whew. Wish this was a martini. Good Lord. Anyway, guys, I'm Michael Allen. Leave your comments, man. Please leave your comments. That is the best form. I hope this story doesn't get bigger. And I'm sure you guys, you Facebook people can tell me where I went wrong or what I'm not right about. That's fine. I can see why people are mad, if he didn't get back with them like he didn't do me. So I get it. And if you put that on a grand scale, I get it. And they're not paying people. All right, anyway, guys, I'm Michael Allen, TravelCostaRicaNow.com. I was gonna do the opening again, dude. That's so sad. Things are gonna pop up. If you're thinking about living or traveling anywhere, especially Costa Rica, check out our videos. Hey man, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Pour another martini.